Best reliable cheap cars that last 1 million miles. Lexus LS400, Toyota Camry, Honda Accord, and more. Hello and welcome back to MIA Luxury Cars. For today's video, we will be going to talk about the best reliable cheap cars that last 1 million miles. Let's get it on. Old Volvos. But what about security? When it comes to safety, there are undoubtedly some other vehicles that come to mind. Old Volvos, Super Brick, and while old Volvos are both safe and inexpensive, did you know that they were designed to last 2 years? Get any version of the Volvo 240 and you'll most likely to be able to pass the car down from generation to generation. These Volvos, like old brick, are known to last 300, 400, and even 500,000 miles with relative ease. A clean one with a few thousand miles can be had for less than $2,000. However, there is another Volvo that will undoubtedly outlast the 240. While it isn't as new or as inexpensive, the Volvo P1800 will outlast anything or anyone. The P1800 holds the Guinness World Record for the most miles driven on any car in existence. What do you think the mileage is? 3.5 million miles? That's approximately 130 times around the world. Unfortunately, the secret about the P1800s have been revealed and their prices have skyrocketed, but this is because they can last forever. The main reason they're so expensive is that the people who have them, well, they keep them. 1966 P1800 for just over $22,000, but it only has 62,000 miles on it and is still in process of engine breaking in. Buy this and you'll save tens of thousands of dollars in maintenance repairs over the life of the car, or just go the cheap Honda Accord route and you'll easily last a few 100,000 miles. Ford Crown Victoria. But if you don't have much money, we could recommend a Ford Crown Victoria, which has been around for years. Whether it's in your rearview mirror with the red or blues turned on or in lines waiting to pick up tourists from airports. Both cops and taxi drivers rely on Crown Vic. When it was first introduced, the Crown Vic only sold about a third of its units to civilians. The remainder was distributed to police departments and other fleet sales. As a result, Ford was forced to produce them for brutal police use. They were built. Ford was tough. But seriously, Ford built this car to withstand just about anything cops could throw at, which is why they keep coming back to Ford. They drive these Crown Victorias for a few 100,000 miles before selling them to taxi companies for pennies on the dollar. Once the taxi companies had finished with them, they wholesaled them to consumers, which is where you and I come in and buy them for next to nothing, because you can get one with hundreds of thousands of miles on it for less than $3,000, or a nicer one like 130,000 mile gem for 2011 for less than $3,000. How about the Mustang engine? Not only is this ride dead reliable, but the P71 Police Interceptor package includes an upgraded engine with B-Fire camshafts and better suited suspension, as well as chassis stiffeners to make it ready for whatever the cops throw at it. I despise left lane hugs. You despise left lane hugs. Just go get one of these and people will scatter from your view and unexpectedly move over for you, because even with a trained eye, they still look like police cars. But Crown Vics aren't very practical and can't hold very much. Toyota Pickup. If you want more functionality, the Toyota Pickup is the way to go. A pickup truck is designed for one purpose: utility. And the Toyota Pickup is built for more than just utility. It's built to last. Everything on it is made to be as durable as possible. Top Gear put it through its paces by synchronizing it in the English Channel, setting it on fire, and even blowing it off a building. But the truck still ran and drove. It seemed too good to be true. So Whistling Diesel bought one to break it, putting it through its paces, and it proved to be reliable and durable throughout whatever he threw at it. Until, of course, he dropped it from a helicopter at 10,000 feet. At the end of the day, a Toyota pickup will most likely outlast you. And for less than $5,000, what more could you want? Improved gas mileage? You are extremely fortunate. You won't have to look far because the Toyota Camry will suffice. And the best cheap Camrys that will outlast anything are the fourth generation, built from 1997 to 2001, removing everything that seemed unnecessary and replacing it with things that added reliability. While the car is conservatively styled, it will not abandon you anytime soon. It will not cost you hundreds of dollars to repair because Toyota manufactured a million of these. There are two engine options, both of which are bulletproof: a small V6 or uneven, smaller 4-cylinder. But they also offered it with a 5-speed manual transmission to compensate for the lack of power. Both engines can achieve up to 25 miles per gallon and do so consistently. So for $2,500, can you really go wrong? Lexus RX300, 330, 350. However, an all-wheel drive Lexus RX was designed to handle any terrain. Lexus had a reputation for combining luxury and dependability since entering the US market with the LS400, which had not been done very often before they arrived. Toyota and Lexus decided that they needed to enter the market with an SUV that combined Lexus luxury with Toyota dependability. That is precisely what they need. They designed a 3-liter V6 engine and paired it with a 4-speed automatic transmission that shifts smoothly. While it is not particularly fast or efficient, it makes up for it in dependability, lasting hundreds of thousands of miles, making it ideal for people who live in harsh weather conditions. Again, for another $4,000, you really can't go wrong with a Lexus. So a million miles is equivalent to 4 trips to the moon from Earth. Lexus ES300. The Lexus ES300 fits the bill as well, smaller and less complicated than the LS400. The ES300 has the ideal balance of dependability and simplicity, with some luxury thrown in. Lexus really listened to the consumers by holding focus groups and asking people what they wanted. While cosmetics were not a priority, functionality was, and it shows. Following the success of the LS400, Lexus knew it had to come out swinging with a new, smaller model, and the ES300 did not disappoint. While the V6 isn't the most popular or even the most fuel efficient, it is the most affordable. It is extremely dependable, lasting hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal maintenance. These ES300s are incredible. One of these ES300s for less than $2,000. That's an absolute steal for luxury. Lexus LS400. So dependability and longevity are key, and a million miles are required. However, if you want to travel in comfort and luxury, look no further than the Lexus LS400. Infamous for dependability and luxury, the Lexus LS400 is guaranteed to last a million miles or more. But take it from Matt Farah of the Smoking Tire, the actual Lexus LS400 sold over 1 million units. Toyota threw a lot of money at Lexus in order to make the Mercedes S-Class competitor. But unlike the S-Class, Lexus had to make its Lexo barge reliable, and it had to weigh no more than 4,000 pounds. The engineers working on this project were required to wear a lab coats and booties to work. All of these strict tolerances were made possible, in part by project leader Ichiro Suzuki, who employs only the best and most precise engineers to work on these cars. He even hired F1 engineers to work on the engine. While not for power, the F1 engineers needed to make the engine bulletproof, which they did. The engineers combined their dependable masterpiece with a luxurious interior, equipped with only the necessities and nothing else. The suspension includes a bulletproof suspension that makes you feel like you're riding on a cloud. A year ago, you could have bought a used LS400 for around $1,500. But now that the secret is out, they're going for a bit more. Examples like this one with less than 200,000 miles on it starts at $4,500. 2002-07 Honda Accord. 2002-07 Honda Accord. While the 0207 Honda Accord may not stand out right away, it should. It not only comes with a choice of an efficient 4-banger or a more powerful B6, but both are available with manual transmissions and are reasonably priced. Honda designed these Accords with dependability in mind. Sure, it won't have the latest technology or features, but it will get you to your destination. Because Honda designed these cars to be more dependable, less expensive, and more dependable. With many of these cars having hundreds of thousands of troubles-free miles, how can you go wrong for $1,500 and less than 15,000 miles? How can you go wrong for $1,500 and less than 150,000 miles? If you live in a climate with inclement weather, most of these options are probably not a good fit for you. So which car has caught your interest? And which car do you consider to be the best? Please let me know by leaving a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please press the like button, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for stopping by to watch. See you in our next video.